Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you all about the heart chakra, and more importantly, I'm going to give you some practical tips, exercises, and techniques that you can do to help unblock and help open up your heart chakra. Now let's get started. Now, the heart chakra, the word for the heart chakra is the anahata, and that translates roughly to unstuck or unhurt, as in a heart chakra that is not full of hurt or not full of sadness or grief or holding on to hurts of the past. A heart chakra that's open, a heart chakra that's let go and forgiven the past. The heart chakra is responsible for love. I mean, clearly it's the heart chakra. Love, relationships with ourselves and others, our greater purpose, and our greater connection to humanity as a community as a whole. It's the fourth chakra. So as we remember from our previous videos, and if you haven't watched any of our other chakra videos, I'm going to leave a link below to the summary video, which goes kind of an overview of the 7 chakras. And then the heart chakra, of course, is in between, kind of like between the chest, in this area. And you can imagine these chakras as aligning through the center of your body. Imagine that there was a pole that went from the top of your head down to where your feet, through the center of the body. That's where these discs or spinning spheres of energy would be. That's what the chakras are. They're spheres of energy. And your chakras can be anywhere from closed to open, on the 0 to 100 scale, fully closed, fully open. Now, unless you're like an enlightened guru or an avatar of a god manifested once in this realm, you're never going to have all your chakras fully open, because it's not the purpose of this place. The purpose of this place is to learn. The purpose of this place is to grow and to evolve and to struggle and to become the champion, overcoming those struggles, and then eventually evolving yourself into the wizard and the magician that shapes the reality around you. So you're never really going to have all of them open unless it's your destiny in this lifetime to become an enlightened guru, or one of those fully manifested universe through the being kind of places. So in any case, it's the fourth chakra, this little tangent, fourth chakra, and its element is air. And its color is green, as we can see this lovely green here. Now, when our heart chakra is imbalanced, what does that look like? Well, we can be experiencing codependency and boundary issues, where we're busy helping everybody else and we're not helping ourselves. We always feel like it's our responsibility to kind of take care of everyone else around us. We could have narcissism within ourselves, because remember, when we have imbalance, if balance is in the middle, there's imbalance on one way where our heart chakra is too active, and in the other way where it's not active enough. So narcissism, possessiveness, things like that, jealousy, that's going to come from a more closed up heart chakra, where things like too open. And I don't mean open and closed as in this, but I mean too expressed in one negative fashion either way on the spectrum. That's when you get that codependency, that boundary issue. You can become shy, lonely. You can feel isolated. If you're too much in the one direction where it's not active enough, you can have a lack of empathy. You can be bitter. You can be hurt. This is where the victim mentality lives. Like, the victim mentality lives in a combination of the solar plexus and the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is kind of that emotionality of the victim mentality. And then the solar plexus, where your personal power is kind of the other half of that victim mentality, because you don't see that you have your own personal power to change your life. So you're giving that power away. You're giving away the power of your solar plexus to everyone around you in the universe. And in the same way that the emotional aspect of it lives in the heart, when the heart's unbalanced, you can have grief and resentment. Not that grief is a bad thing, but if you're experiencing grief, and grief is a legitimate emotion and it takes time to process, that's when it would be good to do some heart chakra work, because it'll help you process that grief. It'll help you to feel it. Because remember, we have to be aware of things. We have to feel them to heal them. So if you're experiencing grief, passed on loved one, and you don't have to grieve just because someone has died or passed. You can have grief for an old way of life. If you're shifting your identity, if you're busy taking the reins and consciously shaping your reality, you can have grief for your old identity. You can have grief when you're letting something go. Maybe you're changing your life, you're being healthier, you're letting go of smoking, you're letting go of drinking, you're letting go of drugs. You can grieve the losing of that part of yourself, just like you can grieve a person. And it's useful to go within, become aware, allow that to bubble up into your conscious mind, into your emotional awareness, because when we observe these things and we feel them, we allow them to heal. Now, what does a balanced heart chakra look like? Well, that's where we have love, of course, where we have that pure love, not that pure unconditional love. That's where we're caring Caring, but with boundaries. Not caring in that we give of ourselves until we're spent, because that's not healthy for us, and we can't help other people if we're drained. You have to have a full charge before you can begin to help other people. So caring in a good way, being empathetic with ourselves and others, making wise choices in our lives, feeling open-hearted, having that compassion for others, forgiveness for the past, letting go of the past. Forgiveness does not mean absolution. Forgiveness does not mean that whatever happened was right. It doesn't get that other person off the hook. Forgiveness is primarily for yourself. And you can forgive others in your own mind without ever speaking to them. And on an energy field, it's more for yourself. It's more so that you can let it go. Like the Buddha said, holding on to anger or resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It's just ridiculous, And believe me, I've gone through that in my life. There's been plenty of instances that I've held resentment and I've held anger and I haven't let go of things from the past, ways I've been treated through childhood and through things in adulthood. And it doesn't serve you. Now, there's a time when you have to hold on to that because that's part of your karma to hold on to it. And it's part of the work to hold on to it, to feel it, and to learn how to process it and move past it. But at a certain point, you have to forgive and let go. And again, we don't have to ever forgive the person face to face. We can, and that can be helpful in other ways. But if someone's passed, for example, or you don't speak to that person, say it was an ex, and you're like, I'm never calling that person again, it doesn't matter. You go into a meditation for 10 or 15 minutes to clear your mind and to create a connection with, the universe and the divine. And then when you're finished that chunk of meditation, while you're sitting, eyes closed, calm and relaxed, you can bring that person to mind and just speak in your mind's eye, John, I forgive you. John, I let it go. I forgive you and I let it go. I'm not carrying this resentment anymore. I'm not carrying this anger and this fear or whatever it is within me. I let it go. I forgive you. And in your mind, imagine that you're lifting it up and you're handing it to the universe. You're giving it to the angels. Please take this from me. I forgive, I let go. And you see, we never went and talked to John. We didn't call him. We didn't have to go drive over there and be like, oh, I forgive you, We did it on the energy plane. And that can be tremendously useful, just enlightening your own energy. And it does help them on the energy plane too, which is a little, which is good. It's a little bit of empathy. It's a little bit of compassion for them too. And we don't have to be there yet. We can forgive just for ourselves. And ultimately, a balanced heart chakra is about accepting others and accepting ourselves. Accepting ourselves as we are and accepting others as they are. Not trying to change other people, realizing that the behavior of others outside of us is merely a reflection of us internally. And that's not to say that if they're doing something wrong that we are the same as them. It's a dance, it's a relationship, that we are the counterpart to that. Maybe this person takes advantage of us. Well, the counter behavior in us is that we allow people to take advantage of us. You see how that pattern attracted that person, the other half of that dynamic. So by accepting others and ourselves, we understand that everyone around us is just a mirror. Everyone around us is simply a messenger. The universe sends us people as messengers to tell us who we're busy being, because we are being the counterpart to whatever that energy is they're bringing to us, right? And these are as adults. Now, as children and childhood is a whole different story. A lot of that's karma. A lot of that's setting the stage for your life, for your higher self. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about as an adult with full agency, what are the things you attract? Those are messengers. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger that's coming to tell you who you are. And if you want to change what's outside of yourself, the best and only way really to do anything about that is to go within and change yourself first. So accept others and yourself. Crystals. Now we've gone over kind of the overview of what the heart chakra is, what an imbalanced and balanced heart chakra looks like. Now, what are some practical things that you can do to work with that and kind of help to open and clear that chakra within yourself? Well, crystals. As we spoke about in all of our chakra videos, every chakra has crystals that resonate with it, and typically they're the ones that have the same color as that chakra. Now for the heart, it's green because that's its color, but a lot of heart-centered crystals are also pink. So green or pink crystals will work. That's why things like jade, jade is green, rose quartz is pink. I've got some rose quartz sitting on my table over there. Jade, rose quartz, malachite, amazonite, and emerald. These are all great crystals that you can use to work with and help to clear and open up your heart chakra. And a simple way to do this, and we mention this in every video, but is take the crystal and again, meditate. You know, drop into meditation, have the crystal. If you can figure out a way, you can either hold it here or even just putting it on your lap. Remember, each of these crystals emits a field of energy. And we, of course, emit, our aura is a field of energy. And our auras are large. So having that gem anywhere near you will have its vibration and its energy begin to come and mingle with yours. Sit in meditation. Take one or all of these gems, depending. If you got the money and you're like, if you're rich and you're stacked, buy all of them, you know, and sit them all over your body. You can lay on the floor and just pile them up on your heart. Do a meditation first where we're following the breath, focus meditation, to clear the mind, to lower our resistance, and to begin to open ourselves up to energy and to the divine and to sensing all of these things. And then have a, same we did with John earlier, we're going to have a conscious conversation in our imagination, in our mind with these crystals. You know, jade, connect with the essence, the consciousness of jade. Jade crystal energy. Please help me to clear and open my heart chakra. I connect, you know, please share your energy with me, share your vibration and make that impression upon my heart and sit with it. Sit with it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or as long as you feel divinely inspired to, and allow those crystals to work on your energy field. Because again, each crystal has its own vibration. It has its own crystalline structure that results in a certain vibration. Everything is energy, everything is consciousness, but everything is energy on top of that, and all energy has a vibration. And our chakras are nothing more than spinning discs or spheres of energy, and energy is what? A vibration. So we're combining these vibrations to help and complement opening up the heart chakra, helping to clear it. And as you begin to clear it, do not be surprised if you start to feel emotions and thoughts bubbling up. That's the debris, the things that are stuck in there starting to come up. Maybe you're realizing where you haven't forgiven someone. Maybe you'll start bubbling up ways that you've been a victim, you know, or to be honest, maybe some ways that you're narcissistic, you know, or that you're possessive. You know, any of these things might start to bubble up so that you can become aware and process them. And that's okay. Don't be scared of that. You know, if it happens, it happens. And if it gets too crazy, just open your eyes and take the gems off yourself, you know, shake yourself out a little bit and go out into nature to ground yourself. Now, what are some exercises we can do? As with every chakra, there's 3 things that we can do that will affect all of our chakras. One is physical exercise. Why? Because physical exercise gets the energy and the blood moving in our body. It gets everything moving, kind of like how stale water can get nasty. Well, so can your energy if it's stale, if it hasn't been moved around. Well, physical exercise will help you to move that energy, and that can be as simple as walking. Now, we can also go out into nature. Nature is amazing for the chakras because A, if we're barefoot especially, we ground ourselves to the earth and we have an energy transference between us and the earth. And we can even consciously engage this process of grounding and then bringing energy up from the earth. Mother Earth, Mother Gaia's cleansing energy. And that can also help to get the energy healed and moved around. Barefoot especially, so we ground ourselves. Now, specific to the heart chakra, we can practice giving and receiving love. And this can be as simple as just giving people a smile throughout the day. Say you go to Starbucks, you get your coffee from the barista there and you say, hey, you know, thank you so much and I hope you have a wonderful day. And you give them the smile and you have that and you try feeling that positive energy. That's an example of giving love. You are giving love to that person, not in a relationship way, not in a creepy way, you know, just that you're giving love. You know, you pass someone in the grocery aisle and you say, good morning. And you give them a smile and you keep moving. That's how we can practice giving love and practice receiving love. If someone, you know, if someone does that for us, and you'll notice, oddly enough, the mirror principle at work. When you start giving those smiles and those positive energies, you'll start to notice that people in your reality begin to give that back to you. And when they do that, accept it. A lot of times we can almost get into a weird place where we block that. You know, someone wants to give us that positive or they give us that compliment. And we always know the people, we've all done it, you know, or we've not accepted that compliment. Oh, you know, you're so smart, Lance. I can't believe that you figured that out. No, I'm not actually. And you go to this whole explanation and belief as to why you're not smart. Just accept the compliment. Hey, thanks. I really appreciate that. You know, I hope you have a great day. And you'll notice you'll start to get more love in return. Be positive to others. We mentioned about that. Let go and forgive. Be quick to forgive. Be quick to let go. And be very slow to hold on to something. Someone cuts you off in traffic, let it go. Forgive them. Become more empathetic. Pretend like maybe that person's got to pee really bad and that's why they're driving erratic. Pretend like maybe it's a person trying to get his pregnant wife to the hospital. So of course he's weaving in and out of traffic. But see how that changes the whole context. If someone cuts you off, you have no idea what's happening. You might be quick to get upset about that. But let's say you know, for example, that that person's got a pregnant wife and they are just trying to get to the hospital. you may have a whole different framework. And now imagine it's a family member of yours who's pregnant trying to get to the hospital. See how that changes the dynamic even more? But all those are just our thoughts about the situation, and we have generating 3 different emotional responses to it. So give people the benefit of the doubt. People are being angry or rude to you during the day. Instead of holding on to that and essentially embodying that energy and lowering yourself to that, in your mind, reframe that. Maybe that person had a rough morning this morning. Maybe their spouse was being an asshole this morning to them, and now they're carrying that energy. Maybe they just found out they're getting evicted or something. Work with that in your mind, because that can help you be more empathetic to them, such that we're not holding on to all that dense energy. We're just letting it go. We're quick to let go. We're quick to forgive. That doesn't mean we don't have healthy boundaries. And that doesn't mean we don't respect ourselves. We don't allow people to treat us in negative or abusive ways. We're not quick to let go of that necessarily, but I just mean more in general. We're quick to let go, less quick to kind of grab onto stuff. We can express gratitude, and we can have a gratitude journal. What are the things you're grateful for? Practice that in the morning. What are you grateful for? Or at night, what were you grateful for today? What were the good things that happened to you today? We can practice empathy, like we were just talking about with the car example. Practicing that self-care. Do things for yourself. Take time for yourself every day, and if not every day, at least once a week. Go do something just for you. Be alone. Be in your own energy. Go out in nature. Do something that's fun for you. And then for yoga poses, again, for the yoga poses for each of these chakras, I recommend you just look them up yourself, Google them, YouTube, to find videos about it. We are going to do some yoga videos, but that's going to be later on in the channel. Camel pose is a good one. The Sphinx pose and the bridge pose. Those are 3 good poses you can do that'll help to work with that heart chakra and help to open it up. Now, what are the foods associated with the heart chakra? Again, everything and anything green. Leafy greens, green vegetables, things like avocados, things like apples, things like asparagus. Anything that's green is going to be good to feed that heart chakra. Because remember, what is a color but a specific vibration, and a specific vibration of light? Yeah, light vibration, sound vibration, color vibration, food vibration. All of these things work on the principle of vibration. So if you watch our video, I'll link it down below, the law of vibration. That dictates how this reality shapes around us. Another exercise, the chant. So the chant, every chakra has a chant. It has, again, sound has a vibration. It has a sound vibration that resonates with it, and you can chant in the way you can chant a mantra, and I'll leave a link to our mantra video below. And the chant that you can do for the heart chakra is yum. So you can chant it like yum, 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 yum. You can also do it in a more kind of fun kind of song kind of way where you're just like yum, 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 yum. And you can almost make it like a kind of a dance, and there's videos online where you can look up all of these chants where some of them do put it to music and it's more of a fun kind of instrumental way of doing it. There's no right or wrong way to chant it. There really isn't. And as you begin to chant it, and as you give yourself to the chant will take you into how it wants you to say it. Your heart chakra will resonate with a certain frequency and way of repeating the word. You can also do the Om Mane Padme Hum. That's another one that can help to open your heart. I think we talked about that, in the mantra video. So check that one out. We went over the Om Mane Padme Hum. And then the affirmations that we can work with. The 2 main affirmations I like, or the 2 main affirmations to work with this, I am safe. A lot of times our heart chakra closes up, especially if we don't feel safe. And depending on how not safe we feel, you'll also get the closing of the lower chakras. But even if you only have a little bit of unsafeness, the heart is quick to close up. So we want to start with the affirmation that I am safe. And if that feels uncomfortable for you, start with a baby step affirmation, which is every day I'm a little bit safer. Every day I'm a little bit more open to my reality. And when you get comfortable with that, then you can just start with the blanket statement, I am safe. I am safe in my body. Look around the room, right? 4 walls meditation. Within these 4 walls, I am safe. Nothing's happening here. There's no tigers. There's no lions. I'm safe. I open my heart. Or every day I open my heart a little more. I love my body and I trust its wisdom. I love my body a little bit more each day. Go with the ones that feel comfortable. If you use an affirmation that your beliefs and your current identity, who you're busy being, rejects, it's not going to work for you. So you got to start with an affirmation that your body will accept, that your beliefs will accept, and then slowly push that comfort zone out until it becomes more natural to say, I am a beacon of love, and I am a beacon. My heart chakra is open like a lighthouse on the shore. You know, that can feel comfortable once you're at that place. Well, my friends, that is the heart chakra. We told you all about it, and we gave you some practical tips for how you can open it and work with it yourself. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Go ahead and give this video a like if you found it useful, and if you're going to do some of the things in the video that you learned here to help open your heart chakra, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and ping that notification bell so that you get and you don't miss any of our new uploads. I hope you make it a great day. We'll see you next time. Peace.